in church praying. Now, when they go back after a certain time and test for HIV, their viral load has reduced. It is negative. But remember, when you leave medication, the virus that had hidden in the bone marrows, yes, will reproduce and reproduce massively. And this person is going to die of HIV. So, I don't doubt in the power of God to heal. But I want to let you know also that this is science at play. Take medicine continuously, constantly, reduce your viral load. If I've been your pastor and I'm a manipulator, or out of ignorance maybe, then you go test and you find out that you're negative. I'll tell you the Lord has healed you. Bring your results. This is how they do it. Bring your results. I bring my results when I'm positive. Bring your results. I'm negative. The Lord has been good. He has healed you. The HIV AIDS is in the bone marrows hiding because of this treatment. When you go away from the treatment, it will reproduce. But I want to emphasize, as a born-again Christian, I have no doubt God does miracles, but He's the one who chooses who to heal. So do not lose your life, because when you leave medication and the virus reproduces, it's hard to make it. Very true indeed, and I do agree with you on that, Robert. But for brick and mortar, first care for the community, care for the needs, and then the mortar will make sense eventually. But in the name and the spirit of doing life together here on Good Morning Uganda, we are doing it now more interactively and together, as it is. Doing life together is the best thing. So here's the thing. You are sending us a picture and a good morning from wherever you are at. Capture your morning, your moment, your picture. Send us a selfie or a picture of yourself starting right now to 0709 602 592. The hashtag is UBCGMU, and we'll definitely be shouting you out as the show goes on. It's in the spirit of let's do life together. A quick one, Julie. Start the morning together.
A decent picture.
Yes, a decent picture. Could be your selfie. Mostly your selfie. It would be nice to just you have a selfie of yourself.
Funny. You have to put restrictions.
Yes, indeed. I do agree with you on that. A decent picture of yourself. Take a picture of yourself and just send it to us to 0709 602 592 as you send us your good morning, and definitely we'll be receiving it. And let's do life together every single morning here on UBC TV. Good Morning Uganda. Now, as we wait for your selfie, for your picture, and for your bright shine, rise and shine good morning, let's meanwhile take a trip into what updates we have this morning. Robert, what do we have on the local scene?
With more than 70% of Uganda's population below 30, the youth remain central to the country's economic transformation. But President Museveni said this demographic advantage can only translate into development if young people become productive in wealth creation. The president also warned against dependency, saying government programs such as Emyoga, PDM, and the Youth Fund are intended to capitalize on production, not for free, for the youth to just consume. The challenge, however, is turning government programs into tangible opportunities for millions of young Ugandans, particularly those outside education, employment, and training. Minister Lakisa said government must assess whether existing youth programs are currently reaching their intended beneficiaries. For the Gender Ministry, the focus is also shifting towards skills that respond directly to labor market demands. The minister said government is also structuring labor recruitment systems to improve accountability and protect Ugandans seeking jobs abroad. Vice President Jessica Alupo said government must now do more to ensure youth concerns translate into practical solutions. For Uganda's youthful population, the future will depend on not only government support, but on how young people turn opportunity into productivity. The UPDF Branch 16 senior officers have officially retired in the colorful ceremony held at the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs headquarters in Mbuya. The Chief of Defense Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, who presided over the function, thanked them for their invaluable contribution to the military. The UPDF officially retired 229 senior officers from active service after completion of duty at the function held at the Ministry of Defense headquarters in Mbuya. The bunch of 16 group of retirees included 24 colonels, 49 lieutenant colonels, and 156 majors. Each received a certificate of service in recognition for their role in securing Uganda's stability and development. Speaking to the retiring officers, the Chief of Defense Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, said retirement is not the end of duty but a transition to a new life. The General, who also serves as a senior presidential advisor on special operations, applauded the officers for their exemplary service while serving the forces. Major General James Kinara, who heads the Joint Staff Human Resource Management, said retirement is part of UPDF's deliberate personal renewal strategy. In the past, retirement was feared, but today it is dignified, now as a transition but not rejection. Parliamentary Committee on Statutory Authorities and State Enterprises, together with officials from NSSF, conducted a site visit to observe the Auditor General's financial year end 30th June 2025 report on NSSF land in Temangalo. The report indicated how NSSF is still struggling to fully acquire the Temangalo land despite full payment to Amos Nzei through Amra Limited. The committee visited the land to assess progress. Out of the 463.87 hectares of Temangalo land owned by NSSF, part of this has not been fully surrendered to NSSF by Amos Nzei. The committee observed demarcations and private property on the land, raising questions of ownership. NSSF officials informed the committee that negotiations to fully acquire the land have been going on, but Amos Nzei has continued to fail to comply. The committee, chaired by Muwada Nkunyinji, opened investigations into the matter, calling out Amos Nzei of disrespecting the land agreement. The MPs also visited the pension tower that has so far cost the fund 322 billion shillings, according to the Auditor General's report. Currently, the project stands at 83% and full completion is expected on 30th of January 2027. The MPs also visited Luwowa Housing Estate that contained 306 estates. And finally, from the local scene, the Minister for Local Government, Barambar Gahara, has calmed down tension in 48 villages of Nangabo sub-county in Kasangati Town Council, Wakiso District, who had been at arms following the 28th July 2026 disputed LC1 elections. Balam's visit to Nangabo follows the President's directive to his office to intervene into this matter, as residents accompanied and complained of fraudulent voting processes which denied them a right to vote leaders of their own choice. Balam, who was accompanied by officials from the Electoral Commission, will now write back to the President for further guidance about this village, although signs are clear a possible repeat of an election is expected in the area and may be cleared by the President. And with that, Julie, we come to the end of our local stories. Please take us through the international scene.
Right, indeed. Robert, do you remember the last major solar eclipse Uganda witnessed? That was in the year 2013, November 3rd to be specific, and most evidently witnessed in the town of Pakwach. That was in Uganda. But elsewhere in the world, they're enjoying the same story, and that is across UK and the Europe, as they did enjoy their most iconic and dramatic solar eclipse for nearly 30 years, with millions thought to have witnessed the once-in-a-generation event. Those watching the astronomical phenomenon from the UK were treated to a partial eclipse, as most saw more than 90% of the sun covered by the moon. But parts of Greenland, Iceland, and Spain experienced the complete darkness and spectacle of a total eclipse. Large crowds at viewing sites across the UK and Europe reacted with gasps and cheers, with astronomy enthusiasts saying it served as a reminder of how amazing the universe is. Very interesting at that. I think I would rather disagree with the exclamations, because I mean, I would rather say how amazing God is, because that universe is just operating in obedience to its creator. So I'd rather gasp at the one who really created it for it to function in such a wonder and a beauty. Now, Robert, do you know an app called Discord? So it's like a WhatsApp application, but used in Brazil. It's called Discord. But Brazil's Data Protection Authority on Wednesday ordered the online messaging app, that is Discord, to suspend its live stream feature in the country within 3 business days. Officials cited failures to protect children and teenagers from content promoting violence, self-harm, and suicide. And the National Data Protection Authority, that is the ANPD, issued the measure after the death of a 13-year-old girl who investigators say was encouraged to harm herself and take her own life during a live stream on the platform. Now, moving on to the continent, that is Africa. Sad story there from the side of Zimbabwe, where at least 44 people died after a ferry sank on Lake Kariba in Zimbabwe. Police did confirm the ferry had a capacity to carry 90 passengers and 5 crew members, but a lake official had reported that 120 people, including 12 children, were on it. The vessel was hit by a strong wave and overturned. Footage shared online appears to show the overturned hull floating in the water. Now, President Emerson Mnangagwa has declared a state of disaster as search and rescue operations intensify. So far, 77 people have been rescued. That brings us to the end of what we have on the global scene. Let's take a quick look at what the headlines have this morning, Robert.
Well, having the new vision this morning, Minister exposes fraud in road works. Cost of Nakauka, Chira, Matuga roads inflated. Pastors warned on false HIV cure testimonies. And General Kainerugaba warns soldiers on lifestyle finances. Government to vaccinate 7.5 million children, that is of measles, and technology to tighten school transport safety. Well, those are some of the stories in the vision this morning. Allow me move to the Daily Monitor. Now, the Daily Monitor, 25 tough road rules as schools break off, and UPDF retires 222 officers. How to breathe new life into a business after collapse. And Temangalo land ghost returns as MPs probe NSSF project. Well, those are some of the stories in the Daily Monitor and the New Vision this morning, but Julie will take us through what Kenya and Tanzania have this morning.
All right, thank you very much, Robert. Looking at Tanzania, we're starting off with Tanzania. That is the Citizen, as farmers talk about, that is poultry keepers who feel the heat as cold snap bites. Tanzania's poultry industry is facing a production crisis as cold weather triggers disease, higher mortality, soaring costs, and falling egg output, squeezing farmers' already fragile profits. Also, why Zanzibar's blue economy is under threat. That is another story. Want to know why? That is in the Citizen. East Africa turns to AI youth innovators in fight against Ebola. And Stanbic Bank RMB service set to boost trade between Tanzania and China. Now let's look at the Daily Nation this morning, representing Kenya. That is, more Mount Kenya leaders flee UDA's biting cold. Wonder who these leaders are? Well, display of pictures there. Get to know more about them in the Daily Nation, that is. Ruto borrows from Kibaki's playbook. Interesting. Speakers say that policy should spark growth to improve welfare of Kenya. Also, lifesaver turned murder suspect. Doctor probed over wife's death. Want to know the story? It's in there. Matters education. Schools without managers. More than a third of public schools, about 11,200, don't have substantive heads or deputies, according to an official report. How exactly are those schools run? One wonders. But the depth is in the Daily Nation. Get yourself a copy of any of the dailies, and that brings us to the end of the updates that we have this morning. But reminding you, we are doing life together. We're not just sitting here to read news, but no, we're doing life together, starting life together, starting the morning together as we keep you inspired and informed. That's why you are sending us a shout out of where you are, a picture of yourself, and of course where you are watching the show from. Capture your morning, your moment, your picture. Do send your whereabouts. Roll call time to 0709-602-592. That is via WhatsApp. And the hashtag is UBCGNU. Looking forward to definitely shouting you out and getting in touch with you. For now, let's have a short break. We'll be right back on this beautiful Thursday morning. Good morning. Good morning, Uganda. It's a Thursday. I always call it Baby Friday because it's hope that the weekend is here. And looking forward to resting and taking that time off to socialize and do any other life apart from work. It is a good morning. You are watching UBC TV. We come to you live from the Nile Avenue. My name is Julie F. Nantaba with Robert Chirabo Nyonyi Ntono. And we do appreciate you always for being on the show. Robert, good morning.
Lovely morning to you, Julie Nantaba.
You okay?
Okay, of course, a bit under the weather.
Sorry about that. Now, on my way to work, something happened. And I thought I should talk about this and I share it with Robert and you on the other side. On my way to work, means of transport got an issue, so I had to get the quickest means to arrive to work. And it was obviously a boda. And this gentleman kept, let me call him a man, not a gentleman. He kept on abusing the road, running over the traffic lights. And then when it came to the roundabout that comes to the UBC premises, he just wanted to shortcut it. So I told him, by the way, I'm your customer, so do not break the law. Pass around the roundabout. No, what's the importance? So he got into a bit of offense, and in the name of shortcutting the roundabout, he just ended up taking the longer route through Kingdom Kampala all the way up to the entrance. So as I got off, of course it was a bit of bad blood between us in that moment. So as I got off, I told him, you know what, I am born again and very delivered, and the Jesus I serve does not work in disorganized manners. If we are to respect the law, you respect the law. If it's the road signs, respect it. So he told me, yeah, I'm also born again. And I asked him, who pastors you? He told me the name of the pastor. And this is when I thought to myself, oh my goodness. Anyways, he mentions the name of the pastor, and I told him, you know what, next time, if you catch yourself condemning the government or the president, remember that you also break the law, because Jesus does not expect you to do this. All right? So of course it ends at that, but it reminds me of the many incidents. Recently I've seen reports or stories of government officials who maybe fall sick and receive treatment outside of Uganda. And when they are healed, thank God, choose to build churches in the name of giving thanks to God. Which doesn't make sense if you ask me, because by the time you saw treatment outside of Uganda, there were things that were not here. Perhaps those funds would have been transferred to actually building a hospital. You could be the one constructing it, but this is what the Bible says. God finds true religion as that which touches the people, A church is just a building, mortar and brick. It does not impact anyone. For as long as they are hungry, they are still sick, and they'll still find no medicine in the hospital. It doesn't make sense. So I think for me...
I don't agree with you entirely.
Right.
One of the things, yesterday I was at our life group.
Right.
You know, at Life Church Namasuba, we have life groups. And every Wednesday, life groups meet. In your area where you stay, the brothers and sisters nearby, you gather at someone's residence. And we were discussing so much spiritual. I don't want to go into that this morning. But when you see a government official falling sick and seeking treatment abroad, then they come back as a way of thanking God. They construct a church. One, that person may not be the Alpha and Omega.
That's you, you're not.
If, for example, someone must undergo a complicated surgery and he travels outside Uganda for that to be done in India, in his capacity, the reason he may not have so much to do like construct a hospital. But when he comes back and builds a house of God for believers to fellowship more comfortably, he's given back, and that structure that you call brick and what, there are people who are going to be blessed, there are people who are going to be delivered, there are people who are going to know the Lord through that. So I think it's our thing to do. However, in the vision this morning, there's a story, Pastors Wound on false HIV cure testimonies.
Interesting.
And here I want to, because I've seen this and I know how it happens, by the way. How does it happen? Fellow Ugandans, listen to this critically. Government of Uganda, with the wise leadership of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, His Excellency, prioritized globally HIV treatment. His Excellency is a role model. When he opened up and told the world, for us, we have the disease, it's killing us. So many donors came in and government has put in efforts. Now what happens? When a person tests and they are HIV positive, they start medication. Now, when they stick to medication, I want to emphasize this. We have what they call the viral load reducing. And you need specific tests to detect the viral load. That, Julie, if you go with that person to this normal testing, they will not present HIV. They will be positive. Now, because this person has been taking medication and they're in church praying, now when they go back after a certain time and test for HIV, their viral load has reduced. It is negative. But remember, when you leave medication, the virus that had hidden in the bone marrows, yes, will reproduce and reproduce massively. And this person is going to die of HIV. So I don't doubt in the power of God to heal. But I want to let you know also that this is science at play. Take medicine continuously, constantly, reduce your viral load. If I've been your pastor and I'm a manipulator, or out of ignorance maybe, then you go test and you find out that you're negative. I'll tell you the Lord has healed you. Bring your results. This is how they do it. Bring your results. I bring my results when I'm positive.
Every story matters. There exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Juko.
Yo.
Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Uganda wange. Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation. When people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo, clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive. Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned, or what we have stopped, is the use of container leaders. Now, Fiona, the good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals,
Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887 and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
Good morning, Uganda. Thank you so much for watching the show. If you are just joining in, you're welcome. This is Good Morning Uganda. And if you started the show with us, thank you so much for choosing to start the show with us. We are doing life together, all right, more interactively and starting off the morning together. And this is what you're doing. You are telling us where you are. We are doing a bit of roll call. You're telling us where you are, sending us a picture of yourself and where you are watching the show from. Capture your morning, your moment, your picture. Send it to 0709-602592. The hashtag is UBCJMU. We'll definitely be shouting you out in just a bit. But as you are at that, it's time for the real on Good Morning Uganda. And we're delving into a conversation where you are sharing your 2 cents. All of us are sharing our 2 cents and learning and relearning from each other on a very pertinent issue, if you ask me. But before I even get into it, for you who's watching for the very first time, my name is Julie F. Nantaba, and I am not alone. I am with Robert Chirabo Nyonyintono. Now, this morning we're looking at a rather sad statistic that was released by the World Food Programme, that 30% of Uganda's pupils actually do not access meals while at school. And therein, 63% of these pupils are covered by UPE. So in the statistic of UPE, 63 pupils do not have access to meals while attending their classes. That is primary school going children. So let's chew in on this. What are the causes? What can be done? What is impossible to do? And why is it impossible to do it? Let's share our opinions on this. And in your opinion, what should be done to improve feeding and nutrition in public schools? 0709602592. Now, if you are to use X, do follow at UBC TV Uganda, and the hashtag is UBCGNU. Robert, let me ask a question. It might sound quite obvious and yet inobvious at the same time. What is the relationship between food and productivity?
Well, the body needs energy to be able to deliver.
Right.
And energy, we get it through food, through the sugars that we take in food. Because food contains various values. That's why when we were in school, we were taught of a balanced diet. But each of those values has something it gives the body. You need proteins, you need carbohydrates, you need the vitamins, you need to build your body, you need to give it energy. That's why if a person takes long without food, you see them die, they'll starve to death. Food is more or less like the fuel for a vehicle or a motorcycle. Of course, now there are automobiles, but I mean that I'm not using EVs, sorry. Now, that is what food does to the body. That is why one of my good friends, I think is Brigadier Felix Ulaije, he told me that, Robert, in a war, food is very important. Deprive soldiers of food, or if rebels run out of food, and you can cut their food supply 100%, that war will be defeated. What do I mean by 100%? Even they can't go to people's gardens or root food. So they are there somewhere, they can't get food. That war is defeated. You've lost the war. Now, human beings, to function, you must have food. I'm sure Julie woke up at around, you wake up around 3:30?
4:30.
4:30. Now, Julie woke up at 4:30. She can't go up to 1 minus taking something, and you expect her to deliver. The body will show signals. So food is very important. Deny human beings food, they are gone. Deny any animal food, they are gone. Even fish food, they are gone. Now, when you look at these statistics, 30% of school-going children, and we're talking of primary, that is in Uganda, go without food. And for public schools, it goes up to 63. This is not a good report. And it explains so much. One, the concentration levels in class, and at the end of the day, their final performance. Let me tell you, Judy, a child on an empty belly cannot grasp normally. No, this is obvious. A child on an empty belly cannot grasp, cannot deliver. That is, we will still have these gaps in performance.
All right.
That these schools versus these schools. A child who has reported to school had breakfast at home, then break tea. This child has something moderate. There is bread, buttered bread, there is tea, or there is porridge with something to eat. This child then has lunch, posho and beans traditionally, but today children change. Many schools now, the diet has improved, my dear. They'll have rice, they'll have meat, they'll have, of course it depends. And we know you cut a coat according to your piece of cloth. Now, some schools even offer evening tea before these children leave to go home. Now, that child's concentration levels are not the same as a Chirabo in some school who has left home, first and foremost, Julie, without breakfast. Sometimes first doing some chores. Then after that, this child walks I don't know many children in public schools that are driven to school. When you go to the villages, they go to these UPE schools. How many of them?
They walk to
You
school.
see them walking, some even in this day and age, coming on barefoot. I don't know, some parents, yes, poverty is there, but then this parent can have some evening lessons and guzzle some beers and waragi. So even barefoot, running to school, Bambi. Now this child has run to school, sits in class, thinking about mangoes in my garden and cassava. A break time, if I can sneak to the neighbor's garden. And you hear these complaints. These children, I can't have my sugar cane, I can't have my cassava, I can't have my this. They still to survive. Now, this child cannot perform as expected. No wonder I've always said, I'm not an expert in education, but there is where I feel unfairness, Julie.
All right.
Every time we've hosted the UNEB spokesperson, I believe a child in Kampala and a child in Kasoga Kakuto, why would they be marked under the same marking? This child in Kampala, driven to Senakasera, I think is a public school, driven to Uganda Road, or a school here in Kampala. They either give them a border, they are dropped, some of them, they have something to eat, they have the exposure. Now they are marked, they are given the same exams, like the child we are talking of today.
Indeed. Sometimes you wonder where the checks and balances are. And as they say, sometimes I don't know how true that should be, but they always have that saying that life can never be fair anyways. I don't know how that can be. But in your opinion, what should be done to improve feeding and nutrition in public schools? Do share your opinion to 0709 602 592. And that is via WhatsApp. You can also head over to our X-handle at UBC TV Uganda and share your opinion on there. Allow me to read some of the comments that are coming through for this particular conversation. And good morning, UBC viewers. I'm Jamada, a clinical officer from Kayunga District. I'm watching you from my duty room. Thank you. The government should supply food to school-going pupils. It should restore national farms in each district so that each farm should supply food and milk to those government schools in respect to their districts. It can also work because we used to hear about these farms. I remember Jamada Lumbuye from Kayunga District. Jamada raises a very interesting point. Recently I was having a conversation with someone who has been around for quite a long time. And they said that back in the day, Uganda had public farms, national farms, where the public would be fed, farms of meat, food, and schools had meals, readily available meals. So from their experience of back in that time, the issues of food shortage in schools was actually never seen. If anything, it's a cultural shock in our day and age.
Well, first we must look at certain things. I believe there is much we can learn from the past. But also we must understand that we've made mistakes along the way. Some are changeable, reversible, others are not. But above all, the population has increased. If you had a school that would have about 500 pupils, now that had so much. Today, when we talk about these schools, what has changed? One, land grabbing of public schools. And Ministry of Education should do so much to protect this land. I'm told Nachivubo Buru here, some people want to steal that land.
Right.
Remember Nachivubo settlement, some people want to steal this land. We can mention all public schools. I think it's Nakasero Primary that is still protected. People want to steal this land.
Buganda Road.
Now, previously, in the outskirts of the city, schools, to have a school, things that had to be a must, a playground, naye waliwo omugagga ayagala ekisaawe kya nakivubo bbulu. You feel that space is too big and you can't use it. Now, it had to have a playground for the children. 2, a school garden. And this school garden, Judy, would be big. Of course, it would also serve as a way of punishment. You go and you dig, but even by then, most of the children still used now to dig at home. So what we can't reverse now is the encroachment on this land, that some is irreversible, but also the way now schools are set up. Today, Judy, you find down there shops, the next 2-3 floors, it is a school. Now, where are you going to grow? Even playgrounds, students travel almost half a mile to go to a certain playground. Then they do their sports, primary, that is physical education and all that, and the games. Now, we can't reverse that, but where we can still protect it. Because if a school has land and they can grow food, they can grow the beans, they can grow the sweet potatoes, they can grow the cassava, they have sugar canes. I went to one of the school, that is in the Senior Secondary School, and we had a school farm, Julie. I don't remember how many hectares. We had days of eating sugar cane from the school farm, sweet potatoes, eggs. These things were there. So the structure of schools is something we should look at, and also protect the existing, but also prioritize. Government schools are sent some money. There should be a portion of that money that is allocated to the school farms where they are. But then also a bigger problem is, you see, universal primary education was introduced in 1997, if my memory serves me right. Now, when they're introducing primary education, universal primary education, I've seen that sometimes government has very good intentions, but the packaging, I'm going to give you 2 examples. One is the topic of focus. President yalagidde abaana bagenda ssomera bwerere.
Yeah.
Now, to many parents, they felt give birth, education is there. Like one would tell you contract HIV AIDS, ARVs are there. Like one would tell you, I remember when the president also came up with a vision of SACCOs, credit and savings. Mukole SACCO government yebawe sente. Useless interpretation. That wasn't how the thing was going to move. Collect money amongst yourself, have huge sum of money, borrow within. Government could add on a running circle, successful circles. Not, we are here, we have formed a circle, give us billions. So, at the inception of UPE, we moved more of education for free. Now, parents, you know, mindset is a problem. Parents took it that for me, all I have to do is send my child to school. Now, what do we need to do as I wind up? 1, enforcement. Enforcement. How do you send a child to school without something to eat? Haven't you eaten? Your child comes, we must have bylaws, we must have, I like directives. Honorable Baram, we must have your whatever come here. You go to a school, ask, how many of you carried breakfast, packed for you something? Take those, hold them accountable. Because when we tell schools to come up with ways of parents contributing some money, some schools charge exorbitant monies, and the children can, and some parents cannot afford, unless the parents have agreed to that sum, and that money is really little. I mean small. But you're going to tell us for feeding 60,000. Some men are blessed. He may have, in a school, he may have 6 children. That is a lot of money. So we must, 1, tackle the parents. Okay, government says they will pay teachers, they will pay fees, but your child must eat in school.
And it's your responsibility.
Like those days when if a man didn't have a toilet, you will be arrested.
Interesting.
This time we come to your school,
Right.
these children have nothing, you sent them on empty stomachs.
The parents
Where is
are
mom, where
arrested.
is dad?
Right, very interesting at that. Now, I want to thank my producer for giving us a bit of more time, so let's engage some of the comments that are coming through. And James from Zombo says, good morning. It's so good to see you, James. And he says that, Julie, there is need for sensitization by the president and ministers responsible, mostly in villages where parents have kept in their minds that they don't need to pay anything. It's something indeed Robert has explained, which has made it difficult to convince them to contribute for a central feeding at school, despite the fact that they have the foodstuffs. I know, right? Thank you so much for being on the show. Good morning, UBC. Thank you for the show. To improve nutrition in schools, we should provide students with a balanced diet and nutritious meals. Clean drinking water, proper food hygiene, nutrition, education, school gardens, and reduce the availability of unhealthy foods while involving parents, teachers, and the community in supporting healthy eating. This is Lamek Rama from Nabingo.
Let's first have what to eat. Then we shall see the balanced diet and all that.
Right.
But now it is what to eat. If they're eating cassava and beans, posho and beans, we are good to go.
Right. Good morning, Uganda. This is Odaro Vincent from Tororo. Feeding of learners and schools should first start with parents. Before the government even comes in, a parent should try to pack for his or her child at least something so that a child concentrates at school, even if roasted cassava and water. This will improve the child's performance and reduction in absenteeism at school. Good morning, UBC. I'm Lachoro Michael, watching UBC from Moroto, Karamoja. Schools can make a big difference in learners' health, concentration, and performance through better feeding and nutrition. Plan a balanced school meal. Include all food groups, carbohydrates, proteins, vegetables, fruits, and healthy fats, e.g. posho and beans, greens plus fruit. Use locally available foods. Partner with local farms for fresh, affordable produce. This also supports the community. School gardens grow vegetables, fruits, and keep chicken, goats. And learners can also learn agriculture while feeding themselves. And finally, two final comments therein. Good morning. I think the entire education planning of this current government is all fake. The economic situation doesn't favor at any time its people to be with sustainable businesses that may help tackle that issue. Until the habit of monopolism stops, we have no solutions, please. This is Katwesi J. Johnson.
Is that hopeless?
Kaboa. That's his opinion.
No, is that hopeless? What do I mean? The problem, English is a challenge. When you use that word, some people grew up.
No, yeah, but I hear.
But what I mean is, he's lost hope.
He has lost hope, yes.
To that, so he's that hopeless.
Let's school management hold a timely meeting with all the parents and discuss the food issue. This is Elizabeth in Fort Portal. Thank you so much for watching the show. And as you continue engaging this very conversation on our X-handle at UBC TV Uganda, we are also doing life together. So let's connect, all right? Let's connect, capture your moment. Capture your morning, your picture, your moment, and let's engage. Send a picture of yourself, give us a shout out of where you are watching from, and that way we'll be able to interact, share your good mornings. Now, I think I'm able to get into reading some of the good mornings that came through as early as possible. And looking onto what we have, I saw some of the messages come in as early as 6 thereabout, 6:52 thereabout, as we had started the show, 6:30 thereabout. So we'll be glad to read your shout out this morning. Capture your morning, your moment, your picture. 0709 602 592. Where are you watching us from? You are watching UBC TV Uganda, and we come to you live from the Nile Avenue, but we'll also definitely love to get in touch with you and know where you are located, and of course shout you out. It's always such a pleasure knowing that you are on the other side and we're starting the moment together. Now let me scroll through and see where to start. I can see good morning, hey Shafiq in Chireka, thank you. Now your picture, I hope it has loaded, but you say good morning, hey Shafiq in Chireka. Shafiq in Chireka. So thank you so much for watching. We do have, let me see, this is good morning UBC Chirabo. You are a beautiful girl. And you say good morning UBC Chirabo. And Julie, here's your consistent follower all the way from Kampala, Gaba. Nibot Honorin is my name. Thank you, Nibot, for always watching the show and following. We do appreciate you for choosing to wake up with us and allowing us start your morning and with you. And let me see, good morning. It's morning, but it shows hot in Buyikwe. You send a video there, and this is Buyikwe. Let me see, Buyikwe district, it's cool. Good morning, Uganda. Reverend Captain David Katenya. All examples are true. First care for the people in the community, because is the church not buildings? Okay, this is in reference to what Robert and I were chewing on as the day started. And you said that Buyikwe is cool. I visited Buyikwe this year and I loved it. I loved it. I visited that place. So I do send you greetings. Thank you so much for being on. And you say it's morning, but it shows hot in Buyikwe. Now let's see, who else do we have? We do have good morning. I am live here in Nakasongola. It's so good to see you. You did not leave your name, that you are in Nakasongola. Yeah, you don't, even your WhatsApp ID does not have your name. But thank you so much for being on the show. It's morning through your lens. Good morning from Kawempe, Mishael Oluka. Thank you so much for being on the show. It's so good to see you, Mishael. How are you? How is your morning starting? And thank you so much for choosing to do this thing called life with us. Good morning, UBC. Thank you for the show. And you give an opinion on improving nutrition in schools. We should provide students with balanced diets and nutrition meals, clean drinking water. And I think I'd already read this. This is Rama from Nabingo. But Rama, we do appreciate you for being on the show as well. And somebody else came through. Good morning, UBC viewers. I'm Jamada, a clinical officer from Kayunga district, and you're watching us from your duty room. Thank you for serving, Jamada. Thank you for serving.
Already at work.
Uganda. Already at work, and you can't tell he's in his office, his GAB as a clinical officer in Kayunga. It's a pleasure having you on board, Jamada. And let me see, this comes from James in Zombo. James, thank you so much. We do see you. Thank you so much for watching the show all the way from Zombo district. We do have, let me see, somebody else comes through. Okay, I'm watching with my wife. And we are watching UBC. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. For a minute, you got my heart startled. But Orago, James in Amuria, and you say that schools should include mukene and greens. And should be included in the meals for students every week, twice. The schools can manage. And it's cheap. All right. From Gulu City, good morning. This is Bernard from Gulu City. Thank you, Bernard, for being on the show. And Tugume Dennis in Kiriandongo. I think he's also part of the media space. I can tell you could be in studio right now doing radio. Yeah, you say you are live in studio working. Thank you so much for being on the show. And this is, let me see, this, this is Michael Lochoro watching from Moroto. You are very smart, I must say. Thank you so much for being on the show. Good morning. This is Phillips, and you say for the new day, Bada from Kampala, already at your place of work. Somebody is watching from Gayaza. Let's see who that is. Good morning, Uganda. It's Anointed Purity Mugabi who is watching from Gayaza. Thank you so much. And I think that's it for those sending in their good mornings. Victor Obongo from Lira, thank you so much for being on the show, as well as this is, okay. All right, this is a gentleman who comes through. Have a beautiful smile there. Thank you so much for watching the show. You did not leave your name, and your WhatsApp ID doesn't also have your name, but I do appreciate you. We do appreciate you for watching the show. All right, one final one, and this is another one. Our mate in studio there. You are also, okay, with your co-host, you are on air, on radio. Thank you so much for watching the show. We do appreciate you. We bring it to a close, and up next is GMU Tourism Express and business as well. And the agenda will also be coming through, but we encourage you to continue allowing us start the day together with you on the other side. We'll do this again tomorrow. It is a good morning here on Good Morning Uganda.
Of the day on UBC.
He expected me to die like within the first 2 years.
Out of the blue, the child will get pains, especially in the wrists. And this happens commonly when children are starting to walk.
Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo,
you can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000, or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21 hash and select daily, or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Brought to you by Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
My name is Susan Nakauchi. I'm the State Minister for Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities. I'm here with this great team from Ministry of Tourism, from CTC, that's the Conservation Through Commercialization, from Uganda Wildlife Authority, and the Fourth Estate. We are at a place called CTC. CTC is in the central part of Uganda. It's in Butambala district. Actually, it's at the border of Butambala and Mpigi. It's so close to Kampala. It's 1 hour's drive from Kampala. And if there's no traffic jam, it's half an hour from Kampala. We're here, we've been checking on the animals, the wild animals. But these are friendly wild animals. We've been feeding the giraffes, lions, zebras, iguanas, lemurs, tigers, antelopes, snakes, and so much more. The list is endless. But this is proof that really Churchill was right. Uganda is indeed the pearl of Africa. Where do you find this experience? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for you to come and enjoy and see the gifts of nature that God gave to this great country. I want to thank Thomas, the vision bearer of CTC. Really, he thought outside the box. I mean, it shows me that Uganda is a land of opportunities. Indeed, Uganda is better than any other country in the world. You will not have lived until you visit Uganda. You will not have seen the world until you visit this great nation near the equator called the Pearl of Africa. And that's in Uganda. Guys, we work so hard. You're the engine, but you don't enjoy the benefits, the proceeds of your hard work. Heaven starts here on earth. Come, visit and explore Uganda. My fellow Ugandans, it should be a consolidated effort for us to market our great nation. It cannot be done by me alone. It cannot be done by the Ministry of Tourism alone. It cannot be done by Uganda Wildlife Authority alone, but it can be done by me and you. All of us together. Not even the sky can limit us. Come and enjoy the great Pearl of Africa. Spare some time. Today is a Saturday, it's a weekend. What a way to relax. Even the breeze around here. Man, I want you to come and experience this by yourselves. I can tell you the stories, but you can tell your own story first hand. So, Ugandans, let's do this. The rest of the world, wherever you are, the time is now. Come visit Uganda. Uganda is free of Ebola. We don't have even a single case of Ebola. We don't have a single person in isolation over Ebola. It's the haters hyping it. But as a country, we are safe and sound, as you see us here. We don't have a single case of Marburg. We are here, come and join us. On 22nd August 2026, all roads lead to Kasese. We are having the Rwenzori Marathon. Come and run for a good cause. Come and see western part of Uganda. Here we're in the central, but there is a lot more to see in the western part of the country. Come and join us. Let's enjoy, let's have fun. Work without play makes Tom a dull boy. So, come and we enjoy some money. I've done it, you can do it. You work so hard, you can play hard.
Also known as Sentongo, as she said. A citizen of Uganda. I've been here since 1994, and I'm the founder and director of CTC Conservation Center. We're very happy to have hosted the minister today, also to clarify a few issues. We saw some funny newspaper articles saying that we shouldn't have interaction with animals, but we're very happy that this is appreciated and that it's an experience which really sticks with you, because seeing animals in cages is different from actually getting up and close with animals. Those are memories which last, especially with children. It's something they remember for life. Touching a lion which is friendly, that's something you keep for life. So we're very, very happy with the visit. We are currently still expanding. We're right now on a new piece of land we bought, which is 52 acres, which will be an elephant sanctuary in future. We've just been licensed for that. Other than that, we have a huge diversity of animals. We have giraffes, we have hyenas, we have lions, we have snakes. We have really a huge diversity. So anyone willing to come or wanting to get closer to animals, learn about animals, these are educational tours. All tours here are guided. So please, if you want to get up and close with animals and learn more about them, you're most welcome to come to CTC Conservation Center in Butambala.
Brought to you by Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation, when people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo, clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive. Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned, or what we have stopped, is the use of container leaders. Now, Fiona, the good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals,
now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790 141 887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Booza Commissioner.
Juko.
Yo.
Wachikuwa. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Uganda, haven't you heard of the parish development model, PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Pick of the day on UBC.
He expected me to die like within the first 2 years.
Out of the blue, the child will get pains, especially in the wrists. And this happens commonly when children are starting to walk.
Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000, or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily, or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
my question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation, when people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo, clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive.
Good morning and thank you so much for keeping it with us. Let's now talk business. Now, residents in Kira municipality have voluntarily donated land valued at more than 70 billion shillings to support road construction under the Greater Kampala Metropolitan Area Urban Development Program. Speaking during an inspection of infrastructure projects in Kira and Entebbe, Kampala Metropolitan Affairs Minister Mr. Kabanda said the voluntary land donation model is helping government reduce project costs and accelerate road development. She said the approach, which avoids cash compensation for road reserves, could be adopted nationwide to expand infrastructure investment.
That the ministers came for us to do the inspection. We have looked at the progress. This is Chitoro Chiwafu Road all the way to Nachuogo at the landing site. And we are seeing that there is at least 60-something% done. The hard work, the heavy lifting, which is the civil works, that's the excavation, the drainage and all that, they're finished. The part left, yeah, much as the contract days, we're seeing a few left. They say they will be done within a few days. So we'll keep monitoring and hopefully we'll have our roads ready for people to use before the expiry of the contract.
With the technical people and the politicians, they have done their work. Because wherever we have been, something has been done. They have talked to the landlords and they have offered land free of charge. Because when we borrow money, they don't give us money for compensation. People used to think that they are going to be given money for compensation. But this time there's no money for compensation, and at least almost 90% they have offered land. It is only 10% where they have not given us land. So I'm happy they have given us land. We are going to do whatever we do. And I'm happy for this supervision because it has gone on very well.
Is because people came in and gave us land. So these ones also want to argue everywhere that if you want a road, for me, I may say we are coming with a kind of a win-win. Give me this one, I give you a road. You need a road, give me land. You give me land, we give you a road. That's all. But I think the President has guided last cabinet. I think we are going to expound on this and think through. We are soon coming up with a policy on land restoration and donation against the land compensation as per the Land Act is. Because the Land Act says you must compensate somebody before fairly and so on before you start a road. Now we are saying, you guys, we don't have money. This is your country. The only way a Ugandan, somebody must at least do something. Show me that really you care. This is your country. At the end of the day, it's not business of singing, it's our country, it's our country.
Moving on, following government's announcement of a program for all Ugandans to participate in the National Cleaning Day, Bulungi Wansi, on the last Saturday of every month, the State Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Joy Juliet Nabosa Sebugwao, added her voice urging citizens on how to embrace and widely participate in the National Cleaning Program. UBC spoke to the minister.
After government passed a resolution for Ugandans to participate in cleaning the country through the National Bulungi Wansi Cleaning Day, which will be done from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. every last Saturday of every month, the State Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Joyce Juliet Nabosa Sebugwao, has cautioned citizens to ensure everyone directly participates in the National Cleaning Day exercise.
The garbage was almost everywhere, so Uganda must be clean. Let's keep our country clean by waking up on every last Saturday of every month and go out and start cleaning it. Everybody must get out and go and clean.
Minister Sebugwao has asked Ugandans not to take this program lightly because it is aimed at improving health conditions and getting rid of dirt, diseases, and avoiding illnesses that come from excessive filth in the areas where they live.
When you get sick, of course you spend money to go to hospital because the garbage causes illness. Therefore, I'm appealing to everybody to make sure that you look after yourself. Look after yourself by collecting the garbage which is surrounding you. Don't expect the policemen to harass the citizen. Therefore, I'm expecting the policemen to handle the citizen well.
In the same way, she asked those in charge of garbage collection, especially here in Kampala, capital city, to add more effort so that garbage does not stay among the people for long. And she also asked KCCA to increase the number of trucks in the next phase.
Are collected. The citizens have done their work. They did their work last time, and we were so happy that they collected all the garbage in their places of work. But unfortunately, the people who were supposed to collect the garbage couldn't do it. They failed to collect all the garbage. The garbage almost took a week on the roadside. I'm appealing to all the people concerned to make sure that this time, this coming Saturday, either they hire some trucks to make sure that all garbage are collected. This is very important. Garbage causes diseases.
After the recent cleaning day exercise, many people came out and complained about garbage that was still left in their areas, even though the leaders in charge came out with a plan to solve this problem. Wadulo Arnold Mark for UBC News.
The Minister of State for Industry, Honorable David Bahati, undertook an extensive engagement tour and visit to the 3 factories, including Mesha Steel Industries Limited, Samona Products Limited, and Korisi Uganda Limited, to assess their operations and appreciate their potential to promote value addition, drive import substitution, create jobs, and generate export revenue.
I visited some of the factories in the Narukorong area, and one of them was Mesha, the only woman who is in the industry of steel, and also Kwalika, the one that is producing transformers. And we are very grateful for the progress these factories are making in terms of helping us to support the policy of import substitution and export promotion. We see that we used to import transformers, but now they are manufactured here. So we are very grateful. We started with 3 companies in 1986. Now we have over 50, and some of them are starting to use our local materials like Tembo. Even Mesha indicated that they are going to start using iron ore. So they are making a lot of progress in terms of developing our industrial sector. And also I came to check some of the challenges we are facing, and one of them is electricity. Another one is access to capital. Some companies like Samona, which is facing very difficult financial challenges because of the dealings with other government departments, and we are promised that we'll be able to follow that issue up.
And now let's move and look at what the Forex have. Beginning with the United States dollar, that is the US dollar as of yesterday. Now looking at the United States dollar, it was buying at 3,715.57 and selling at 3,727.57. The Great Britain pound was at 5,020.20 and selling at 5,035.20. The euro was buying at 4,287.84 and selling at 4,300.12. Then the Kenyan shilling was at 28.79, buying and selling at 28.85. The Tanzanian shilling was buying at 1.39 and selling at 1.41. The Rwandan currency was at 2.51, buying and selling at 2.53. Well, that is as of Wednesday, the August 12th this very year. We now take a break. When we return, we'll have Julie with the agenda.
Pick of the day on UBC.
He expected me to die like within the first 2 years.
Out of the blue, the child will get pains, especially in the wrists. And this happens commonly when children are starting to walk.
Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21 hash and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation. When people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo, clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive. Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned, or what we have stopped, is the use of container leaders. Now, Fiona, the good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals,
Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887 and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Booza Commissioner. In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.